Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm reading the third and final part of the story, What is my house trying to tell me? Several people recommended I speak to the police about the found finger and the discovered basement in my house. I called them, but once they arrived, we found no trace of the length of black hair, nor the small finger. It was difficult to keep composure. I was racing around the house, checking under my bed for fucking hair. The finger I had put in a plastic bag, but it was gone. I thought the lack of sleep was making me lose it, and the cops probably thought the same. I swore to them that what happened was real, but at that point, they were only words. One unsettling thing that did linger, however, were cracks that had formed in the wall where my dream self had shattered the mirror in my dreams. One of the officers eyed the cracks curiously, but I didn't bother explain their origin, knowing he'd never believe me. Weirdly enough, they are sort of validating sign that I didn't imagine everything. The basement, however, is real for certain. I showed them the room, the child's item I had found, but without the evidence of a crime or body. They said it was out of their hands. They told me I could check with the county to see who submitted the permit to build the basement, but if it had been done illegally, it would be difficult to prove which tenant had made it. They also recommended that I get the space checked out with a constructor, to be certain of my safety. The half-destroyed house probably concerned them. Turned out they were right. No permit on record. I even looked into the floor plans, and there was nothing about a basement. Whoever created the secret room did so off the record, and it seems obvious that it has something to do with the girl, Hailey, who shares my last name. Ever since I found the basement and Hailey, my dreams have radically changed. No more loud banging, no water bursting from pipes or floorboards going berserk. Their mirrors are still present and the dreams persist nightly, but who I can only assume is Hailey stands behind the mirror, watching me with a sincere smile. She seems calm, satisfied. My nights are restful now. I spent days at the county office digging through records. I was determined to find out about Hailey, if she had been adopted or kidnapped, and fervently made a list of every owner that had occupied my house for the last 30 years. The drowsiness of the basement suggested kidnapping, but I was skeptical at the notion. I guess I didn't want to believe it. But what I found in those records shook me beyond anything I could have ever been prepared for. The people who occupied the house around the time I was born? My parents. This was my childhood home. I spent the first few years of my life here, which must be why I was drawn to this place, a latent nostalgia that was calling to me all this time. Hailey was my twin. It turns out she was my older sister, born 5 years before me. The part that haunts me, that makes me physically ill, is that Hailey was declared dead at birth, but the items in the basement indicate that Hailey had to be a toddler at least. For God's sake, there are chalk drawings of animals, a Barbie, a backpack, all suggesting that Hailey could walk, draw, and likely talk. Why would my parents say she was stillborn? My parents are dead. I can't ask them, can't broach them for a reaction or closure. But now that I've discovered this information, I'm rethinking their death. Yesterday I decided to review the police report involving my parents' car accident. It happened at night. I was 14, at home with a babysitter at the time. Skid marks of the road indicated the vehicle went off the road to avoid something. Thick black tire marks suddenly veering to the left. No animal or body was found at the scene to give police any idea what may have spooked them, except for a brightly colored rubber ball in the ditch by their car. I never knew about the toy until now. Guess they didn't consider it important enough to tell me. But that night, my parents saw something and careened off the road into a tree. They weren't discovered until the next morning, and by then, they were already dead. I never saw them again, not even at the funeral, because I was told that I wouldn't want to see what happened to their faces after the accident. Maybe Hailey was there, on the road, the way the hair was on my bathroom floor and the finger in my floorboards, a kind of reel that evaporates. I can only assume Hailey looks like me in my dreams because she's related to me, and there was no other way my brain could translate that other than a mirrored reflection, or maybe she intended it that way. Appearing as a stranger I didn't recognize may not have instilled the same dedication in me. Either way, my parents lied and declared her death at birth. She lost one of her fingers and was likely forced to live in a lightless room. Neglected, starved, abused. What the hell were my parents doing to her? Her existence was kept secret, as if they were never intended to let her reach adulthood. It leaves me with a notion that she was bred for some purpose beyond simply raising a child. A reason I can't conceive, or maybe I just don't want to. The question that haunts me the most is, why me? My parents were amazing to me. They were supportive and loving. Why did they choose me? Hailey was burned first and were they torturing her? Was she killed by accident or murdered? I know the evidence suggests the latter. All of this new information, I can't deny the implications, but my world is shattered. The people I love, monsters, all this time? Hailey seems calm now. I'm not sure if she will move on soon or not, but she no longer frightens me. In my dreams now, she smiles and dances, carefree. She seems free for the first time. Hey there, thank you so much for listening. If you liked this video, please leave a thumbs up. And if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel for more. And I will see you all in my next video.